Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TSRC broadcast here at the Daytona International Raceway. And tonight we have a bit of another fun event, which should produce some mayhem. The TSRC Jetta Succfest. And as you see on the screen, it's not the road layout we're using. We're actually using the full oval layout, which is normally used for the Daytona 500 in real life and on iRacing and to throw a bit of a spanner into the mix as well. We're using the VW Jetta, which should be interesting. As you see right there, it's qualifying is 10 minutes, with the race being 40 laps, which is round about 45 minutes. And another mix spanner in the works is a random caution will be thrown at some point. So yeah, these drivers, I think some might look forward to that, some might not, but as we're just in the early stages of qualifying right now, it's looking at the car count, we've got about 20, around about 26, 27 cars, or the late 20s anyway. But on screen right now, you're looking at William Chandler, and this will be fun as well, because all the cars are on track together. So it wouldn't surprise me if you see a bit of a slipstream or bump drafting with some packs. But looking at William Chandler right now, one of the drivers that seemed to, from what I remember, seemed to do quite well in the previous race last Friday at Monza. But yeah, for anyone that's has been on iRacing for quite a while, or it's maybe relatively new to the iRacing platform, the VW Jetta was used back in the old production car challenge days, when other old cars that were used alongside it, such as the MX-5 in the previous version, if you like, along with the old the Mustang, not the current Ford Mustang GT3 that you see in real life or on iRacing at the moment. So yeah, it's good to see the Jetta back out on track. One of my favourite cars. But as we look through the field at the moment and looking at the times coming in, it's currently Thomas Martin is at the top of the standings. As I take that back, it's Garrett Jan Polman that jumps to the top, with Liam Giles in second. But as you see on the screen right now, a bunch of cars starting to all join together, and they form into a bit of a pack. So this is a bit of a preview to what you'll see in the race tonight. The draft packs and the slipstreaming as well, especially on an oval such as Daytona. Don't be surprised if you see I'd ready to say some crashes at some point during the race. So, but on the plus side, the damage has been turned off, so there's no need to worry about getting any meatballs or wrecked cars. It's pretty much just another fun event for these drivers to enjoy. But as more and more times are coming in at the moment, it's currently looking at William Chandler again, and he's got a few other cars. As we go back to a few other cars, someone taking the apron as well, which I think is a bit naughty, but it's a fun event after all. So maybe some of the drivers are just not caring. And yeah, I thought we were about to go 5 wide or even 6 wide at one point, but looking at Jan Polman at the moment, currently still top of the standings, with Giles and Thomas Martin rounded out the top 3, and got also Gergely, Kuden, Szabo as well in 4th. So good to see Szabo out tonight as well, and a name that's been around on the TSRC for quite a while now, and raced in other various series on the TSRC League. And as I've got a new driver at the top of the standings, with Bart Raven jumping to the top now. So this it wouldn't surprise me towards the end of qualifying if you see the places that currently at the top, they start to chop and change, with that slipstream effect being absolutely massive with these VW Jettas, which you probably don't think they are, or it doesn't seem to come into effect that much with the cars being slow. But These VW Jettas on a straight line, they do pack a bit of a punch. But yeah, as well with me and being in the commentary box, I'm not by myself. We've got Kieran Sharp, TSRC's own very own admin, operating his magic on the cameras. So yeah, always appreciate the effort from Kieran, running the league or running the broadcast and just running the whole TSRC community in general. But as I've got just under 5 minutes to go in qualifying, it's still Bart Raven at the top with Thomas Martin in second place with Kunzaba in third. Well, he was third, but he's just been replaced by Thomas Martin. As I say, that is a bit of someone clipping the wall there. But as we're just coming down the back straight as well, and it looks like we're about to go well. It looks like everyone's trying to go 4 wide or even 5 wide as well as at some point, and it wouldn't surprise me if some drivers try and do that during the race. As it looks like someone's getting get a bit closer. It looks like Andrew Pike and trying to use a bit of that side draft to get by as well. And it wouldn't surprise me if you see some side drafting at some point, say during the race as well, to try and slow the other cars down. And as I say that, Andrew Pike has got taken out. And as I said that, I expected some crashes to happen. I didn't expect them to happen this early in the event, and especially in qualifying. But I think some people are just trying to find that limit of how close you can get to another car that's alongside you. It looks like Nekamata has jumped up into second place, and so yeah, Nekamata they had another decent evening in the previous race at Monza last Friday. So it looks like maybe trying to continue that good form here tonight. But when it comes to oval races, it's pretty much a game of pretty much having the best luck. And if anyone's watching in the YouTube chat as well, feel free to say hi as well, and also hit that subscribe button to be notified whenever the TSR stream does live streams, and yeah, you'll be notified when we're streaming, and also feel free to click the like button. But as we've got just under 2 minutes remaining, it's still Raven at the top with Nekamata in second, and round three rounding at the top three with Martin in fourth, and Zabo in fifth, and Pullman in sixth, Matt Smith in seventh, with Lorton in eighth, and Cheverton in ninth, and the top 10 being rounded out by Saristo. So yeah, good to see some new names joining tonight as well, which is always good, and a decent turnout as well. As it stands, we've got about 20, about 29 or 30 cars, I believe, which is a decent turnout. As I look at Paul Ordorne is another new name. It's here tonight as well, when trying to break that slipstream as well by using the apron, and yeah, I've seen some people using the apron as well. As it looks like we're coming to the as we've got another crash on the oval section. is looking at Matthew Cheverton as well, and yeah, Cheverton, a name that I recognise as well, as he tries to do a sideways drift with the Jetta, and gets it horribly wrong. Yeah, I'll give that a 2 out of 10. But as we're coming to the closing stages of qualifying, it's still Raven at the top, with Andrew Pike actually jumping well, not straight to the top, but up to second place, only 0.02 of a second off Raven. So yeah, it looks like Andrew Pike might have got a good slipstream and a good run as well. As we're just about to come to the end of qualifying, and it looks like that's pretty much everyone done. But as we come to the grid right now, it's Bart Raven taking the pole position with Andrew Pike alongside him. And then row 2 consists of Ruby Nekamata in third, with Thomas Roundtree in fourth. And then you've got Liam Giles in fifth, Thomas Martin in sixth. And then Gergely Kunzabo in seventh, with James Lawton alongside him in eighth. And then Gert Jan Polman in ninth, and rounded out the top 10 is Matt Smith, with Matthew Cheverton in 11th. And Noah Allbald starting, probably butchered that. Oscar Saristu in 13th, with 14th Nicholas Davis, and Valerio Tedeschi Ardito in 15th, with Johnny Wu in 16th, and then 17th is Alex Richards, with Corey Price in 18th. And then another good to see a Scotsman on the grid, Mav Gardner, and then Paul Ordonez in 20th, with Tom Davidson 21st, and then William Chandler 22nd. And then 23rd, you've got Jamie Nuttall with Stefan Herta in 24th. And then Gilly Hamlin in 25th, Will Bradford 26th. And then Clive Bourne in 27th. Toby Prosser in 18th, with John Nair Cornelis in 29th. Again, I apologise if I butchered that name. So that's the 29 car grid. We're just waiting for the cars to roll off the pit lane, and yeah, we're doing the traditional NASCAR start procedure, where everyone's starting in the pit lane 2 by 2. They just like they do in the real life Daytona 24 hours, Daytona 500. And it's going to be a road start as well. And I was kind of hoping for a standard start on on the oval banking, because that would have produced some calling the gold, I feel, trying to get off the grid on the banking. But as the cars roll off the grid, and it's Raven starting from the front row on pole position. But yeah, I can see as soon as we get underway, it's going to be a bit of mayhem. There's only one thing missing from this race that would have made it even more funny, is a bit of rain with these VW Jettas on an oval. I think that would have been pretty funny to watch. But for anyone that's watching, it's a 40 lap race, or 45 minutes. So, and these VW Jettas as well, they're quite quick. So this race should hope maybe it might pass by quickly. But I did hear a bit of a rumor that there could be a bit of a sneaky course of thrown in. So I will wait to see that come out at some point. but as they're just about to come round onto the home straight, they will be underway soon. And I did notice a bit of a bit of a funny slogan on the back of the windshield, the rear windshield, the clean diesel, which is kind of ironic considering that VW was caught up in a bit of a Dieselgate scandal a few years ago. For anyone that's it reads automotive reports on the news or keeps up to date with it. But anyway, we're coming up to the line and we're just about to get underway with Bart Raven on the pole, and we are green. As it looks like we've got a bit of mayhem already at the start line. That didn't take long. As it looks like Matthew Cheverton's one of the cars that's caught up in that. As looking at William Chandler and look at the replay to see what happened, and William Chandler was one of the cars that just unfortunately got caught up in that. But it looks like there's no damage as the damage is switched off, so everyone can get going again. But back up at the front, it's still Raven leading from Andrew Pike with Ruby Nekabata in third, and everyone's starting to form into a bit of a pack on both rows. Sorry. So it looks like wouldn't surprise me if Thomas Roundtree, the car that's behind the Andrew 57 Andrew Pike car, if he tries to give him a bit of a push. But yeah, I think some of these drivers are maybe just being a little bit more careful not to push too hard. And it looks like someone's getting a bit sideways there or out of shape coming across the line, and it looks like we might have a bit of a row of three, or basically three rows coming down the back straight. It looks like we've had an incident, and an incident on lap 2 of the race, and well, I was waiting for the big one, and it's happened a lot earlier than expected. Oh dear! And as I say that as well, the caution gets thrown out. So with the caution thrown out, it gives everyone a chance to bunch up again. So at the moment, it looks like it's Andrew Pike. It's jumped up into the lead just before all that kicked off. But as the cars come round back just about to come back onto the home straight, it looks like everyone's about to. Sorry, coming onto the back straight, I believe. So everyone's just bunching up now, and I wonder if anyone might come in and may take a bit of fuel, but I believe they won't have to because these cars should make it to the end, I believe, without stopping. As Thomas Roundtree tries to play a bit of mindset games, trying to dive into the pit, about to dive into the pit lane and then backs out of it. Which is something you normally see in not real life NASCAR racing. Some drivers might try and kind of like sell a dummy by indicating they're going to the pit lane, and at the last second they'll back out of it and pull back onto the racetrack. But as everyone's starting to line up again, it looks like we'll be underway in a few moments' time with Thomas Roundtree and Andrew Pike starting on the front row. As we're just about to wait for the pace car to pull off, and they will be underway in a few moments' time. As I say that, the pace car pulls off. So it's Andrew Pike and Thomas Roundtree that are on the front row, waiting for the green flag to come out, and we'll be underway. And it's top Andrew Pike gets them underway. But we've had another incident, and it looks like car 20. Who is that? It looks like it's Jan Pullman. It's been collected, and another car involved. It's James Lawton. But still, it's and as I say that again, we've got another incident. But still, it's Andrew Pike is leading. Andrew Pike leading with Roundtree on his outside. But I think Roundtree's getting a bit of assistance by, it looks like Bart Raven in third place. As someone clips the wall there, I heard a bit of a crunch. Oh, someone's getting a bit further back, someone's getting a bit wiggly there. And that's the risk you take with doing bump drafting and trying to push each other. Basically, you can get the car in front of you a bit sideways, and with that, it can cause a bit of a domino effect. As I say that, someone's just got collected, and yeah, whoever that was, I apologise for jinxing you. Oh dear. Well, I was expecting mayhem with these Jettas on the ovals, and yeah, I'm glad to be proven right so far. But still great racing nevertheless. Back up at the front with Andrew. I was going to say it was Andrew Pike. It was leading. It was Oscar Saristo that took the lead briefly, but Andrew Pikes took it back. But as I say that, it looks like we're about to go about probably 1, 2, 3, 4, about probably 5, 6 cars wide, and with all the mayhem, the pack's split up slightly. But still looking at Andrew Pike as well at the moment, the TSRC esports driver. Yeah, and he's been racing on iRacing for quite some time, and he's raced in the various leagues as well, and always quick. From what I remember, he's always been quick in a front wheel drive touring car, and yeah, I think doesn't surprise me. He's up at the front battling for the lead at the moment, but still, as I say that, we've got a bit of push pack starting to form from the inside, the inside row, or basically the low line, the middle row, and the outside row as well, starting to form as well. As yeah, there's a bit of a sketchy moment there for car 15. And car 15, that is Toby Prosser. So yeah, getting a push, but got a bit wiggly as well. As I say that as well, I've got some cars going having a bit of a moment. They hit is that's someone cutting through the bus stop there, and that is William Chandler. So William Chandler having a few moments in this race so far, but still back up at the front. As I say that, it looks like we've oh, that was can Prosser save that? Wow. I have no idea how Prosser saved that, but fair play to him. That was a 10 out of 10 save. It wouldn't surprise me if he was having kittens there as soon as he caught when he was having that moment though. That was that could have ended up being another big one. But if anyone's in the YouTube chat watching, feel free to say hi, and yeah, if anyone's new that's watching wants to get involved in the TSRC League, feel free to visit the TSRC Discord, and I'm sure our very own Kieran Sharp will be happy to assist with any questions and help you get out on track to take part. It's a great community, great league, and they've got plenty of racing going on at the moment. As I say that, yeah, but a bit of a sideways moment there for Matthew Cheverton as well. And wow, that's how some of these guys have not had a big moment up at the front. I'll never know. But if you want to get involved in the league, yeah, jump on the Discord. There's the racing going on the various platforms. The Le Mans Ultimate has recently been added as well, and the LMU the Masters is currently taking place. With round one of that series took place earlier this week on the Wednesday at the Qatar circuit. But further back, looking at Kunzabo as well, currently back. As I say that, he's getting caught up with another car as well, and trying to see who that number 20 car is. That was Gerrit Jan Polman. So it's not just action going on up at the front. There's action going on further back as well, and yeah, plenty of the close moments, a bit of sketchy moments as well. But as we're on the lap 11 at the moment, out of 40, 13 minutes, pretty much just coming up to about 13 and a half minutes in this race so far. So plenty of action going on at the moment. As we look at Stefan Herter at the moment. I apologise, Stefan, if I butchered your second name. But yeah, back towards the rear of the field. Kunzabo is down in 24th, but still way battling a couple of other cars as well. As yeah, even though the field's spread out, there's still plenty of action going on, and yeah, this is the thing you get with oval races, especially with the cars such as the Jetta. You always get close racing, but on an oval, it's yeah, it's my first. I'll be honest, it's my first time watching these Jettas on an oval, and it's actually produced some good racing, but some comedy gold moments as well. And mate, I think I don't know about anyone watching, but I think Kieran should send in some of these crashes into the what is it they call it in iRacing? The top 10 highlights or Twitch clips, I think they're called, or wait, I can't remember, or something like that. Anyway, as I as I say that, as I say, there's another incident, and Kunzabo, I think he spins out another car, and so seems to be whenever I mention it, accidents or crashes, something always happens. So it's probably a sign for me to be quiet. But as I say that, we've got another course in as well, so another course being run out and another chance to bunch up the field. But as all the field bunches up now, it's still Toby Prosser leading at the moment with Matthew Cheverton in second, and yeah, it's all the field's getting bunched up now, and I think most of these drivers are probably having a good time as well. Or maybe not everyone, but I don't even dare check what's being said on the voice chat or voice chat in the in game. As some drivers are saying in the text chat in game, they're making a pit stop, but I think that's just a bit of mind games and a bit of trickery going on as well, just to play a bit of fun in games. But yeah, while we're on the course, then it's just the Daytona International Speedway track. It doesn't just host the Daytona 500 or oval races. It's also hosts the Daytona 24 Hours as well, which takes place on the road course on the infield, and also it's had hosted some close motorbike racing as well with some motorbike championships racing around here in the past, and also the SCCA runoffs as well, which took place back in 2017, I believe, or round about that year anyway. But as we were just about to, again, just not too long before we get underway, and up at the front, it's on the front row, it's Cheverton and Prosser, it's on the front row to get us underway. As the safety car pulls in, and we are back on the way, and it's Toby Prosser gets a great launch. Kind of catches Andrew Pike sleeping a little bit, but I think he waited on Pike to catch up to him and give him a bit of a push. But as I say, that looks like Pike is giving the Prosser a push, and Cheverton's getting a push by, it looks like it's the 294 car of Stefan. It looks like further back, some people maybe getting a slow getaway or getting caught up again. As I say that in the background there, we've got someone flying in the air, and that is Will Bradford. As I take a look at the replay, and his car's flying everywhere. Oh my god! Oh my Jesus, I can't even English tonight. But back to live pictures, it's looking at the Finnish driver, Oscar Saristo, currently in 7th or down to 8th place now. As this is what you'll see in the ovals, you'll see a bit of a position swapping as well, people falling back or going forwards. But as I look at Oscar at the moment, good to see Oscar on the grid tonight. I think this might be his first event on TSRC, so if it is, it's good to see another new name in the community. As it looks like is it Prosser that's just been spun round? No, it was Oscar Saristo got spun taken out as well. So, but he's got going again, and it looks like looking at Marv Gardner, good to see another Scotsman in the race. As I say that, back up at the front, it looks like Cheverton's just got tagged a little bit and sent into the wall, but thankfully manages to keep it out. But back up to the front, we've still got plenty of jockeying going on, and position switching all the time. As we come up to, we're on lap 17 at the moment. And I see in game as well. There's plenty of interaction going on in the voice chat, but I have no idea what's being said since I've got it muted. But as I look at Corey Price, the driver from Netherlands, currently up into third now. I think Corey started further back in the field in the early stage of the race, but with all the mayhem going on, he's managed to get up towards the front. But as Cheverton again gets pushed into the wall. So, and as I say that, he gets tagged. So there's plenty of action going on at the moment. So, but as Cheverton manages to get going and doesn't lose too much time in many positions. So, as Cheverton actually using the apron to try and keep up with people. So. And as I ride on board with Bart Raven as well, this is an on-board view as well. You get an idea of what it's like to be in a bump draft pack, and people say kind of jumping out of line, just maybe getting pushed to a little bit too much. And as I say that as well, Raven, kind of trying to back off a little bit, not push too much, or just trying to be a little bit heads up as well, just in case there's any incidents in front of him. But as I say that as well, there's plenty of pushing going on, and it looks like Andrew Pike back to the lead. As I say that, it's someone just got tagged a little bit and sent sideways, and again, as I say that, that was how that never ended. As I say that, there's another big one. And as I say that, we've got a caution. So this is our third caution of the evening. So again, another opportunity for these drivers to bounce back up. But still, Andrew Pigot's in the lead of this race, and I think Andrew's been in the lead for most of this race so far, or just about. as I look at a replay to see what happened, not too long ago, it looks like there was a bit of a bumping going on and people getting sideways, and yeah, it looks like Noah Osboldston got tagged, but thankfully manages to get going again. And more issues going on as well, and it looks like this is a replay from earlier on, I believe, as everyone's bouncing all over the place, and so someone flying in the air there. So that was yeah, that was a bit of a big one. But as we're on the lap 20 at the moment, about 25.5 minutes into this race, so this race, considering the incidents we've had, it's actually flew by. But yeah, good to see some people in the YouTube chat as well. Very good to see. This is always a good thing to see. But as we're all starting to get formed up again, and still Andrew Pike leading, and alongside him it's not Toby Prosser this time. It's Liam Giles. And the VW Jet goes, someone's on the apron there. But yeah, the oval racing and the Jettas as well, they actually proven to be a fun combination and putting on a bit of a show. As I believe that was no, it's not Ruby Nekomata was on the apron coming around there, or was it I saw someone on the inside going quickly as we look at Ruby there, and actually it was Will Bradford. So Will Bradford on a bit of a charge to get to the back of the pack. But as we come back onto the home straight and they're waiting for the safety car to pull off yet again, as I say that, it does pull off. And basically the field's into basically it's Andrew Pike is in charge of the field, and as I say that, we're back underway. And as I say that, there's another incident, and yeah. Oh, I should not laugh, but that is funny. As everyone's just I think everyone at this point has lost it, and I mean that literally. But as I look at Will Bradford, and it looks like a few cars have towed back to the pits. And at the front, it's Andrew Pike and Toby Prosser has managed to pull away from the rest of the field after they had the issues behind. So it's these two pretty much if they keep pulling away and if they keep working together, they could pull away, and it could be a battle for the win between those two. But further back, looking at Gert Jan Polwint, currently down in 17th and stuck in a bit of a battle. and Gear back up to 16th now. And looking at William Chandler up in 7th place at the moment, currently in a battle of 3 other cars in front of him, the 747, the 43, and we'll see who the other car is as we go by. It is, well, I have no idea because it's no number plate, but anyway, the field again is all spread out after that bit of calamity on the start finish. There's a look at Jella Hamlin at the moment as well. Stuck in a bit of a pack, and this is the thing with over racing as well. You can't really move. You can't really do anything when you've got cars on the inside, and pretty much you've got to stay where you are. But still looking at this battle at the moment with these, it's going to be these drivers at the moment as well, and hopefully we can get a bit of a clean flag running, or a green flag running, I should say. But as you see on the screen right now, there's gaps with the field on the left hand side, with the Pike leading at the moment from Prosser, and yeah, they're it for the closest driver. It's as I say that, we've got another crash and another big one, and well, as we're on a lap 25, and again we've got another caution. And I was saying at one point as well that it looked like Andrew Pike and Toby Prosser were pulling away, and the battle would possibly be the battle for the win would possibly be between those two. And yeah, it looks like I might have jinxed it so far. So yeah, sorry about that, Andrew. That's I might have just jinxed you, buddy. But yeah, I have to say this event tonight has actually been really good fun to call. A part of me wishes I was out on track with some of these guys, but another part of me says it's pretty much I'm glad I'm in the commentary booth. As the field closes up again, and we are on the starting lap 27. As we look at a replay to see what happened with one of the drivers that was involved was Oscar Saristu. and it looks like there's just an incident under the course, and well, as Oscar just looked at but all by himself, and it's such an easy thing to make, the mistake to make with these Jettas, because yeah, you've got to. They don't have anything. They don't have any of the gizmos or aids like you see in GT3 cars these days, or prototypes, like ABS and traction control to help with braking. So that's pretty much yeah. If you brake too hard with these cars, with them being front wheel drive, that can catch you out. As Liam Giles diving into the pit lane, and what is Liam doing here? As the field is all bunched up again, and yep, we'll be underway yet again, and it's well, you can never separate these two drivers, Andrew Pike and Foley Prosser, but again, it's them. It's starting in the front row.
Green flag, green flag.
As we're underway again, and again it's Andrew Pike and Prosser, Toby Prosser, leading them off again, and yeah, it looks like Pike's getting a bit of a push from Tom Davidson. So Davidson, I believe, is a excuse me, a fellow TSRC. Sorry about that, I had to cough. A fellow TSRC teammate, so maybe offering Pike a bit of help. And again, we've got another big one, and seems to be every time we get a restart on the way. And as I say that, there's loads of cars involved this time around. And one of the drivers involved was the German Johnny Wu. But still, as back up at the front, it's Andrew Pike and Toby Prosser leading with it looks like Davis is up there in third place now. And behind him as well, you've got the Dutchman of Corey Price. As it looks like Prosser switches to the outside of Pike, and it looks like Price is going to give Prosser a bit of a push. As the next time we come across the line, it will be 10 laps to go, or about, probably, let me guess, about close to about 45 minutes. Well, it looks like if it was I got punted off there, or sideswiped off, that was Andrew Pike. So for the first time in the race tonight, Andrew Pike's had an issue, or well, kind of been helped off in a way. So ends up falling back to fourth, but he's got three other cars closing down on him. So it could be, it looks like we might have a bit of a pack starting to form again. And as I say that, I was going to say it's Ruby Nekamata, and as I say that, Nekamata gets no, actually Nekamata makes it through. So that was a good heads-up driving by Ruby. And as I say that, a few other cars are caught up as well. And looking at Nicholas Davis, up there in fifth with Will Bradford and 15th now. So yeah, there's plenty of position swapping going on at the moment, either through a position swapping in the pack or accidents starting to happen. But as you still look at Bradford at the moment, currently down in 13th place, and it looks like what was I say? Oh, sorry, that is a bit of door banging going on there. And yeah, again, more door banging, and door banging again. And up into second place, up at the front now, with all that drama happening, is Kunzabo up in second place now. Kunzabo, I believe, part of the Wild Things Racing team, which is run by Denise Pope. So yeah, if Denise might be watching at the moment. There's a look back at his battle with Will Bradford and a few other cars involved as well. But still, some draft trains going on at the moment. And as I say that, it looks like Cheverton's getting hip checked out the way. There's a look at Johnny Woot. And just in front of Johnny, you've got Clive Bourne as well. So, yeah, Johnny and Clive in a bit of a battle with a couple of other cars behind them as well. But I don't want to jinx it, but it seems like everything's started to settle down, just ever so slightly. And we come across the line at the moment. We're on the halfway round on lap 33. And still at the moment, Toby Prosser is leading the race, and just switches back to the inside and in front of it looks like Tom Davidson. As I say that, Tom Davidson gets a bit sideways, and someone else just got collected, and it's Ruby Nakamata. Nekomata, sorry. But looking at Cheverton as well, Cheverton's been up at the front, is falling back, and he's got back up into 11th place at the moment. But obviously that might change with some of the cars alongside him or behind working together. But as I look at Noah at the moment in 4th place, currently got Tom Martin and Nicholas Davis behind him. It looks like someone's using the apron in this car. It looks like Bart Raven using the apron to try and gain some positions and using a bit of side draft. And a bit cheeky by Bart, but it's a fun event after all. So maybe using a bit of apron trickery to get those positions.
The yellow flag is out.
But back up at the front, it's Toby Prosser. As I say that, the caution flag's been thrown, so this is going to bunch up the field yet again. I was about to say Toby Prosser's pretty much been up at the front for most of this race from what I've seen, and he's dropped back a few times, but he's always managed to get back up to the front and proven to be handy on these oval or on the Daytona oval anyway. As we come to the end of lap 35, heading into lap 36. And Ruby Nekomata currently in 7th, and somehow he's not lost that many positions considering she got tagged there not too long ago. As coming up to the safety car now, which is heading onto or is at the end of the back straight, and Toby Prosser getting a bit sideways there, slowing down to stay behind the pace car. But as they all line up together, and it's Prosser on the inside, and alongside him will be Tom Davidson with Kunzabo in 3rd, and alongside him you'll have Nicholas Davis. And as we come to the closing stage of this race, this is probably where a lot of big ones will start to happen. But I hope everyone that's watched has enjoyed this race. It's been a lot of fun, and there's been a lot of big ones in this race, and but some of them, but I have to admit, some of them have been funny to watch with cars flying in the air. But I think that's just the nature of the oval racing, of the packs being so close together. And yeah, as we've got about, we're on halfway through lap 37, and the next time across the line we'll have 2 laps to go. As someone in the background there cutting through the bus stop chicane.
Green flag.
But as we're coming up to the line now, and it looks like we're just about to get underway, and yes we are. So Prosser still leading with Davidson alongside, and come up to on lap 38, and it looks like Prosser's getting a bit of a push. And it looks like 2 laps to go in this race, and this is where it's probably going to get really dicey, and with drivers starting to battle for positions and trying to battle for that win. But as Toby Prosser gets a bit sketchy, and after getting a push, and it looks like car 18, Kunzabo gave him a bit of a push and got him sideways, and it looks like everyone's starting to get a bit sideways as well, jockeying for position and trying to trying to battle for that win as Prosser's starting to block now. As it looks like Prosser's got sideways, it's actually got pushed. And yep, as I said, that big one I was talking about has happened, and cars flying in the air. But as they come across the line now, heading on to lap 39. And up at the front, it's no, it's late. As I say, that was another big one behind them. And it's what I was saying. There was accidents bound to happen in the closing stages, and yeah, it looks like they're all happened. And as I say that, Noah's got through into the lead, and it might be who's behind him. It's Will Bradford. So everyone's having issues, and it looks like if Noah can keep it on track, he might be able to hold on and take this win. He's got about a 2.5 second gap to Matthew Cheverton behind him, and it looks like Gerrit Jan Polman. But as we're just about to come across the line and start lap 40, the last lap of the race, I believe. It looks like Noah, yep, the last lap of the race. And Noah just needs to hold on for about probably a few more miles. And he will take the win in this race. But everyone's further back still jockeying for position in a bit of a pack. And credit to Noah, he kept out of all the trouble in the closing stages, and everyone else was getting caught up amongst themselves. And it looks like yeah, Noah coming onto the back straight now, but yeah, not really anything any of these guys can do behind him because yeah, they're all scrapping amongst themselves. But as Noah Oswald then is about to come around the final corner, and as I said, I thought that back marker was going to tear in on him there, but as Noah's going to come across the line and yeah, keeping out all the trouble, Noah is going to come across the line and take the win tonight in the Jetta Succfest, as everyone else basically comes across the line sideways. As I have to say, that was a lot of fun tonight, as waiting for the remaining cars to come across the line to finish. So looking at Thomas Roundtree coming across the line to finish in 19th with Oscar Sarista, and having a bit of having fun with a car behind him coming across the line. And yeah, I think most of these drivers probably enjoyed tonight's event. That was good fun. As I look at the winner, with rounded out the top 10 was Jella Hammond, and Nicholas Davis rounded out the top 3. But waiting for the results to come up on screen, and as I say that, they pop up on screen right now. So it's Noah Oswald then taking the win in first, with Jella Hammond in second, with Nicholas Davis in third, and then Will Bradford fourth, with Matthew Cheverton in fifth, Tom Davidson in sixth, with Mav Gardner in seventh, Liam Giles in 18th, with Andrew Pike in 9th, and Johnny Wu rounding at the top 10. Ribu Nekamata in 11th, with Stefan Herter in 12th, Corey Price in 13th, with Gerrit Jan Polman in 14th, with William Chandler in 15th, with Thomas Martin in 16th, Toby Prosser 17th, Paul Ordonez in 18th, and in 19th we've got Thomas Roundtree, with Matt Smith in 20th, Clive Bourne in 21st, and then Gergely Kunzabo in 22nd, with Bart Raven 23rd. And then the Finnish driver of Oscar Sarista in 24th, with Jamie Nuttall 25th, and then Valerio Tedeschi Ardito in 26th, Alex Richards in 27th, and then Jamie Lawton retiring in 28th. And in 29th, you've got Joyner Cornelis in the 29th, who also retired from the race. But that was a great event to call, great fun, and I think all the drivers had great fun as well. But it was several, well, as I take it back, loads of big ones in the race. But I think it's all part and parcel of oval racing. But yeah, thanks to anyone that's been watching. Feel free to click that subscribe button on the TSRC YouTube channel to be notified of future streams. And also, if you're on social media as well, feel free to follow TSRC on Instagram, Twitter, or X. And yeah, make sure to tune in for next week. And next week, we've got a bit of MX5 action, I believe, at the Hockenheim ring. But yeah, for now, from me, from Kieran, it's good night, and we will see you next time for some MX5 fun.